do not do it for fame. I do not do it for you. I put myself through the pain. Time to start facing the truth.
Hello. Welcome. Come in. Get on in here, y'all. Get on in here. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. You are now in the den. So, guys, this is my review recap for Clipped episodes 1 and 2. Shout out to Kendall, baby. This one is for you, okay? Because I had no intentions on reviewing this show. But I said my girl Kendall is always showing me support. She put in the request, and I said, okay, boo, I'm going to do it for you. Having said that, we know that Clipped is going to be a 6-part series. It's a docudrama based on ESPN's 30 for 30 podcast, surrounding the Sterling affairs, the messiness, the foolishness of it all with his marriage with this daggone, mistress V that was out here in these streets putting these tapes out, the tape that was heard around the daggone world that pretty much just confirmed that Donald Trump was a damn racist. Okay, I remember that day like nobody's business. Now, full disclosure, y'all, I'm not a diehard sports fan, basketball fan, baseball fan, football fan, none of it. But I am aware, okay, of some things. And, definitely knew who Donald Sterling was, knew who, I know who Chris Paul is, I know who Elgin Baylor is. So, it's some things that I know, but just wanted y'all to know that I'm not no sports fanatic or anything, okay? But I do know because my brothers play sports as well as watch, and my mother's definitely a diehard fan. Having said that, we do have Edoneil playing Donald Sterling. Good to see him in this role, right? Lawrence Fishburne playing Doc Rivers. We got, J. Alfonso Nicholson playing Chris Paul. Love seeing him. Love how he's starting to do more movies and TV shows. Cleopatra Cole as V. Child, Lord of mercy. Okay, she a mess. And Jackie Weaver as Shelley Sterling, Donald Sterling's wife. We got Austin Scott as Blake Griffin. We got Sheldon Bailey as DeAndre Jordan. We got Charlie McLivin as JJ Reddick, and we got Clifton Davis as none other than Elgin Baylor. And we got a little cameo, okay, with my man popping in the daggone sauna every now and then. Child, why am I not remembering his name right now? It's gonna come back to me, y'all. It's gonna come back to me, but I think y'all should know who I'm talking about. And Sterling, of course, ended up getting banned in 2014 for his racist remarks, but we are kind of picking up in 2013 with Doc Rivers, coming and trying to turn around this supposed curse that, the team has. And we already frustrated and trying to focus on that and thinking that that's going to be our only job. But of course, as we enter into this and as we start to get invited to the White Party, which is the name of the episode, we finding out that it's a little bit more than just Donald and his shenanigans that's going on, right? It's actually a chemistry problem created by Donald with favoritism and harassment within the team. We got players that's not really liking each other. So we like, damn, we knew about the Donald problem, but we didn't know it was a problem, within the team too. LeVar Burton, y'all, I knew the name was going to come back to me. We got him popping up, right? Good to see him. So then we got the damn love triangle that's going on between Donald, Shelley, and V. And we got, her basically refusing to stay out of the sight. She's attending the White Party, and that's when we found to first see her and the wife, bumping heads or whatever, right? And she's supposedly the assistant. We also start out the episode with her narrating, telling us, like, listen, Donald says this, Donald says that, what Donald says goes. But Donald was also saying a lot of things that he should not be saying. And I'm sitting here recording everything he's saying word for word. And the crazy part about it, and we'll get into it a little bit more later, is that it wasn't like he didn't know he was being recorded. And y'all, I gotta be honest, because as I'm watching this, I'm like, is this for real? Like, is this supposed to be a parody? Is this supposed to be a spoof? Is this supposed to be comedy? Am I supposed to be laughing the way that I am laughing? Because, baby, it's some craziness going on in here. Donald is out of pocket right up front, right off the back. He say whatever the hell come into his damn mind. I'm like, is there something a little bit off? Do we have some other type of medical issues that's going on besides him being racist? And I'm not even being funny. I'm being dead serious because that's what it was given. And right off the back, like I said, we are hearing her talking about how Einstein, he wasn't accepted at first, and we hearing her say Michael Jordan was kicked out of, his high school basketball team, but yet because they had these experiences in the beginning of their lives or whatever, it didn't stop them from going to excellence. And so therefore she sees her self going to excellence too. And I'm like, girl, not you comparing yourself to Einstein and Uncle Jordan. You are neither one of those things. Okay, what are we talking about here? What is even the conversation? Nonetheless, I digress. Moving right along, not saying she not supposed to think nothing about herself, but I was like, that's a bit much. And we kind of transitioned from her talking about that to us seeing Doc for the first time, him getting in a cab to go ahead and, get over here to start, meeting everybody and start this journey as being this coach. And the cab driver that's bringing him there is like, you're a legend. It's an honor to drive you, but do you mind if I ask you a personal question? And, off record, of course. And Doc is like, sure. He was like, why would you come to the most dog shit he has seen or whatever, and Doc says, I like a challenge. I said, okay, Doc, I guess so, because baby, a challenge is exactly what you about to get, right? And so he get over here and we over here talking about some, what food do you want us to order for you? We can get this, we could get that, we could get the other. And he says what he wants. And then we all of a sudden like, yo, they just ordered some sandwiches from the deli. Is that good enough? And it's like, yeah, whatever, dude. I mean, me personally, I would have said, nah, that's not good enough. Okay, go ahead and order what the hell I said to order. But at this point, Doc is really about his business. And I do like this about him. Like when we see him get upstairs, they want to be bringing everybody over, introducing this one, introducing that one, talking about how they've been here 20 years, 15 years, 25 years. Wasn't you one of the first ones that was here, the original Don Dada? You was lighter at that time. You didn't have as much weight on you. And Doc said, hold up, all this stuff y'all telling me about 19-year vet and 20-year vet and 25-year vet don't mean nothing, because y'all a bunch of damn losers. All y'all been doing is losing. Every time I look, is a loss, is a loss, is a loss, is a loss. So I'm not impressed by y'all saying that y'all been here all these years. I'm actually embarrassed and disappointed that y'all got the nerve to be happy about it. But I can tell you what we are going to do. We going to turn this thing around and we going to make it do what it going to do. And I'm going to make some winners out here in the street. Like, let me interrupt you before you even get into all of that, because this is a 43-year, franchise that has never won a damn thing. Have y'all even got to the second round? And they talking about twice, and he like, that's crazy. So he was like, this is the worst organization in sports. Like, go somewhere and sit down. You're not here to retire and get a damn gold watch. You here to win. I said, come on, Doc, talk your shit, okay? I ain't mad at it. So Sterling comes up not too long after that, and he talking about, oh, look what we got here, and yeah, the man in charge, and you right to daggone business. You don't waste no time or whatever the case may be, and we go ahead to sit in this office or whatever and talk. And, right off the bat, Doc is saying, like, one of the things I think we could do to definitely make sure that we have a different outcome is bring in JJ Redick. And, at first we kind of like, I don't know about all of that. And isn't he supposed to be going to another team? And, now we think we would rather get somebody else. He already got 2 offers somewhere else. So we want to spend $30 million and get him here for 4 years. And it's like, no, isn't he already going with Milwaukee or Minnesota, whatever? And they're like, Chris Paul already broke the piggy bank and he's hard to please. And Doc is like, listen, we can afford Riddick, and more importantly, this is going to be the thing that's going to help us get to the playoffs, get to the first round, and get to win. And so for, Donald eventually was like, my coach knows best. Go ahead with him. And he all touching on his sandwich and stuff. That part made money sick to my damn stomach. I'm like, excuse you. So all of a sudden you hearing V stepping in talking about, are you trading DeAndre Johnson or whatever? And he like, excuse me. I mean, Jordan rather. And he like, excuse me. And he's like, oh, that's my assistant V. And Doc ain't waste no damn time saying, listen, sweetie, okay, yeah, you his assistant or whatever, and the last coach got fired. But please don't ever, okay, come into my conversation. Man, mind your damn business, V. Okay. And she had the little shook look on her damn face or whatever, right? And so you got the guy coming out and saying Mr. Sterling gets upset if you don't call him Mr. Sterling. And Doc said, well, when he called me Mr. Rivers, that's when I'll call him Mr. Sterling. Andy came out and said that to him. And so, child, I said, Lord of mercy, these people is a hot damn mess. Meanwhile, Doc does go and meet up with JJ. And at first, JJ is still pretty much telling him, like, I'm already set. I'm good. I'm almost halfway in there, whatever the case may be. And I've made my decision. And so he was like, look, anything you want, I'll match it, including the damn socks, like whatever offer that you're getting. We really want you. And we feel like this could be a winning thing, not only for, us, but for you. You'll be a full-time starter and you'll get the winning title. And so he's basically like, I bet that you're not the missing ingredient on Minnesota's team or whatever the case may be. Can you say that? And, JJ just kind of looked at him and smiled. And so, of course, when he's doing the interviews, the reporters are saying, is it true that there's some talk JJ could be coming to your team? And he just smiled. We didn't see what his answer was. But as soon as he's leaving there, we saying happy 4th. Do you got plans with the family? And he's like, yeah, I'm back in Orlando, blah, blah. But then he stopped and he like, well, why the hell are you calling me? Why are you on my phone? Baby, why Donald gonna turn around and say, no, I don't want JJ, because now he done found out he a damn white man and he didn't know he was white, so he don't want him. And Doc is like, what the hell does him being white have to do with anything? Like, are you freaking joking me right now? Then he's saying people say he ain't good and it's not a good, decision for them. And he was like, what people? Is it your damn dry cleaners? Like, what are we talking about now? Meanwhile, there's 3 of them that's on the phone, and Donna was saying to one of them, like, if you say one more word, you fired or whatever, right? And so basically he started groaning and moaning like he a little kid, and Zaka's like, what are you doing? Is that some sound I'm hearing you making? And he was like, you know what, because he talking about it's bad for the reputation. He said, okay, well, I'll tell you what, you don't got to worry about firing me. You talking about your reputation. I have a damn reputation or whatever, right? And he was, Donald talking about something, I'm the one, everybody loves me. And Doc let him know, like, you acting like a damn brat, and since you saying you a owner, guess what? I quit. So he go ahead and hang up the damn phone or whatever the case may be, and he was crumbling up his damn water bottle because he went to take a drink out of it and wasn't nothing in it. And they call him right back talking about some, okay, Donald said it's a go, good talk. JJ's approved. Like, this man was freaking bonkers. Okay, he did have some other type of issues besides, him being freaking racist. He had to, because this just wasn't making no sense. So we say, oh, well, I hope you didn't make no plans for Labor Day because you have to come to the white party. And Doc is like, the white party? Yeah, the white party is basically a party that apparently him and his wife throw every year for Labor Day. We got the home team there. The wife showing him around, saying if you need a decorator anytime, if you need a housekeeper, we own 150 properties. We could take you around. We got hotels, we got yacht clubs and all of this stuff. And we know everybody in real estate, just think about it if you never need anything. And Doc is a very much just straightforward, down to business type of person. So he like, where's Donald at? Like, what the hell am I sitting here listening to you about housekeepers and shit for, right? And so she like, I'm going to go get him. And when he's standing downstairs, it's very awkward. Andy comes over to him 1 minute trying to make small talk and talking about how his clothes look one way in the inside. But now that he outside, he realizing the sweater he got on is beige. He thought it was all white and whoopty-whoopty-woo. And so finally Donald comes out and he's giving this speech with the boy, with the guys of the team, and is like, oh, we got the whole team here. We're here for the Clippers and we're also here for America. It was very much given Make America Great Again vibes, right? And so, you had Chris Paul and JJ standing on the side talking or whatever, and we're seeing that DeAndre keeps getting like shown all around, literally dragged by hand all around with them, Donald Sterling. And he's saying to JJ, like, why don't you go and separate your team member and help him out and free him a little bit from having to keep getting pulled all around by him. And they're like, no, he likes it. Okay, he goes for it. If somebody don't be, mom being pulled by the hand, then we let them go. Matter of fact, it was Blake Griffin. I'm sorry, y'all. It's going to take me a minute to get used to these names. He was pulling Blake around. And so basically, you got some white lady telling him, "Oh, I'm drooling and you look younger in person than, I thought you was," or whatever. So then Doc goes over to him and he like, "Yo, you don't mind being pulled by the damn hand like that all the time?" And he was like, "Hey, I'll just pretend I'm somewhere else." Like, what kind of mess is this that you gotta pretend you somewhere damn else? Like, boy, it was very much given, I'm just here because I want to get paid and I want to get my damn money type of vibes, right? And what they were saying about DeAndre was actually that he just over there sipping on his damn drinks and smiling and acting happy. And Chris Paul was like, "I'm not going to smile until we win a damn game." And it was funny because right after that, you had, Donald Sterling walking up talking about, "Now, can we finally get a smile from you? We got a good, coach." And he asking Chris Paul, "Well, why you not out here mingling with the ladies?" And he like, "Because I'm happily married." So they was just like so freaking annoyed with him and over him or whatever, right? Now, so V shows up to the party at this point, and of course, Miss Sterling is annoyed as hell with that, right? And my whole thing with damn V, child, Lord have mercy, is you want to make yourself known. You're showing up, with this damn red ass Ferrari. You're getting on the daggone dance floor out here with your all white on, talking about some damn, "Ooh, it's the electric slide. Come on, let's go." And you ghetto as hell throwing the freaking shrimp that you was eating just inside of a damn fountain somewhere, and freaking Miss Shelley was looking at her like, "Ooh, the ghetto," right? And she's asking Donald after, like, why does she have to be here? Why does she have to be so loud and flashy and, trying to make herself known? And what is up with the damn red cover, red Ferrari? And he like, "Well, you said you wanted her to be, driving and you wanted her to be in style and stuff like that. She's my assistant. She helps me and my feet hurt, my leg hurt, my back hurt and all of this. She gonna help me this way, that way, and the other way." And, you should be happy about that, right? But Shelly sees through the damn bull crap, and then we get to her walking inside of the Clippers building, and she's about to come up, and they getting off the damn elevator. Well, they wasn't getting off the elevator; they was actually going down the elevator. And it's like, "Well, where y'all going?" And he's talking about, "Hey, my girl, how you doing?" or whatever, right? And he like, we on the way to the dentist, and he have another meeting after that. "We'll see you when we get back." The elevator's going down, and you see her like standing there, his wife or whatever, Shelly, looking dumb like this. You could tell this chick is irking the hell out of her, and that they're trying to play nice, nasty with each other and be cordial and not make a show in person. But you can feel like the hostility and the anger coming off of, Shelly at the same time. So we go to this appointment, and the appointment actually takes longer than what she was expecting. She was like, "Damn, you was in there a real long time. What the hell was going on?" And he's saying this extra work he have to get done on his teeth. But in the midst of that, we hear that she's actually trying to plan taking him to an open house where she wants to give this duplex apartment and have her sister have an apartment upstairs and she have one downstairs. We hearing that she got foster kids. Mind you, he don't even know about the damn foster kids from what we seeing, that she's supposedly potentially adopting or whatever, right? And this whole plan that she has in her head of him taking care of her and getting her place, and her having this come up or whatever, and being able to get to these higher heights with having him around and using him at the same time that she's going shopping for him or taking care of stuff for him. Of course, she's trying to get what she could get out of it too. And he keeps saying, "Well, why do you need your own place? You stay here at my place just fine, and I'll buy you gifts." So it's like he's okay with getting her these gifts, but he really don't want to give up much more than that. And he basically hitting her with the okey doke, and she's coming off to me as a spoiled little brat, where it's like, "Oh, well, if I don't get my way, then I'm going to just sit here and cry and whine, and I'm going to be like, oh, I don't have this and I don't have that, and I thought you was going to give it to me." And she's looking at Kim Kardashian and these other celebrities on IG or whatever the case may be. And, when he comes out of this appointment, he make her feel stupid because he like, "Girl, we ain't got time for that." And they basically go back to his house with her with this little negligee on, dyeing his damn hair. And she like, "Why couldn't we go to the open house?" And he's saying, "Well, we'll go next Tuesday." And he's talking about, "Oh, you like showing off your little butt. Turn it around, and show it to me and come here and sit on my lap and whoopty whoopty woo." And he was like, "Oh, you're mad because I'm staying home and because I'm eating what, my wife." And he's like, "We could go out, and if you want to see Tommy Lasorda, pass me my phone. We could do that." And it's like he'll do little things to appease her, but he really not trying to give her nothing like that. Meanwhile, every conversation they having when they in the car, when they back at the house or whatever, she always has her phone on record. She's recording him nonstop. And when he was leaving the white party, he told his wife, like, "Oh, she just reminds me of things and she makes sure that I'm on point because, sometimes I slip and I mix up stuff and, I forget about stuff." And she's like, "Wait, so she's recording you?" So he did know that she was recording him. So technically, she wasn't really doing it against his will, but it's like, we know you ain't recording because this is something you think is the damn best interest. You recording so that this is something you're going to be able to blackmail him with later if you need be, right? Then she finally does go to the open house. She goes on her own. She's telling the lady there, like, "Oh, yeah, I'm going to possibly be, adopting later." And she's posting up pictures there and all of that. And when we see in Doc, we're basically seeing him trying to talk to the players and get them all on one accord and say, "Listen, we got to put any shenanigans on, to the side. It got to be about us, the team, all of us in this together." We're seeing him trying to meditate and relax and go inside the sauna. This is where he sometimes bumps into LeVar Burton and he like, "I didn't know you was out here in these streets, like what's going on," or whatever, right? And he would basically be having his meal, and when he's having his meal, you got Donald calling him on the phone, leaving all different kind of damn messages or whatever the case may be. Every time he's trying to have a moment in the sauna, when it wasn't LeVar Burton, it was some other white guy that was coming in, just child, I don't know, exposing every damn thing and making all kind of crazy damn noises. So even when he's trying to relax, release, it seemed like he could barely even be able to do it. And when we see V, all she doing is sitting damn at home watching the Kardashians and like living in this damn bubble in her head. There's one point where she goes to the stadium and she's talking with her friend and she like, "Girl, does he even know about your foster kids? Does he know all these things? Don't tell him about it because that's gonna be a major boner jam. Like nobody ain't gonna be wanting to be bothered with that." And she like, "Well, what am I supposed to do? I don't have no damn credit." She like, "I need a financial advisor." And then we start talking about how we see Magic Johnson and he's such a cutie. And she like, "Why do famous people glow like that?" And it's like, it's not because of happiness. And this is one of the first times that she mentions that Donald hates Magic. And she like, "Child, why the hell he hate Magic? Like that's like hating damn ice cream." And she was like, "Ooh, daddy's insecure. That may be something you could use later and use to your advantage." So I don't know if that's when the wheels start turning in her head or what. But she takes a picture with Magic, and when Donald was at his dentist the next day, he like, "Oh yeah, I follow V on IG or whatever the case may be. Weren't you at the game last night? I figured you were the one that introduced your assistant to Magic." So now, of course, this is one of the things that we heard on one of the tapes that got released. He's going off. "What the hell was you doing with him? Why would you be with him? Why would you try to embarrass me like that? Yeah, you could be with the minorities and behind the scenes or whatever, but you ain't supposed to be up front like that." Then we hearing him leave Doc a message about Rihanna and her nipples on her nipple rings on her titties, and how she coming in there like that. And Doc is like, "What the hell? Like, I don't want to hear all of this. I'm just trying to eat my food and wash my dishes." So she over here telling him, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't want you to get upset. Why are you getting upset?" And she rubbing on his feet and all this shit. Girl, I just was like, "What the hell is going on, y'all?" And like I said, it's very much given a spoiled child that don't get their way and they cry to their parent and then their parent try to shut them up and they like, "Oh, come here, baby." And you basically have him like pull her to sit down on his lap, and he just tells her what she wants to hear in that moment to shut her the hell up. Like, it's as simple as that. But she does get the apartment, and you would think her getting the apartment that's gonna make her be quiet, which is exactly what he wants. But it's really not about her being quiet or whatever the case may be, because nothing is not gonna make her be quiet. The more she gets, the more she wants. And she going down rubbing his foot. He got problems with his foot or whatever the case may be. And a foot doctor is coming to the house to help him with that. And so on the one hand, he's arguing back and forth with his wife. His wife is not happy because she's seeing the things she getting, and she's seeing her coming around to the damn games and, getting more exposure and stuff that she feel like she shouldn't be getting. She's like, not only are you embarrassing me, but you're embarrassing in public where, friends and family and strangers and everybody around the damn world could see it. Like, you need to get this under control. And he keeps telling both of them, like, oh, don't worry about it. I got it under control. I'm going to make it all work. In the meantime, Doc just trying to work and do what he can, with the guys in the team. He's telling them, like, maybe we need to get them meditating and get a coaching for them, and get them getting, like animals and pets and whatever we gotta do to make them center themselves and make them be able to come together as one and really look at themselves as a team and put it into that, as opposed to being worried about everything else around them and this one don't like that one and all the other bull crap. Let's go ahead and focus on this. And so that's what he's trying to do. But every time he turns around, he's getting interrupted by damn Donald, where he just want to call and talk to him. And they like literally saying, well, how long does these conversations and phone calls, usually last? Well, we don't know. It could be 20 minutes. It could be an hour. We don't know what the hell going to be happening with him. We get a little bit of this and a little bit of that from him every single time. And he had, his wife had actually said to him, like, okay, Donald, I'm gonna need you to sign these papers. Like, I feel like his wife knew it was about to be some shenanigans in the mix, and she was like, hold up, wait a minute, I'm gonna get on top of this before it could go any further. So she started talking to him about them updating their paperwork, updating insurance, updating wills, and things of that nature. And he was like, I don't understand why we need to update anything. He like, are you a lawyer or something? What the hell am I missing? And she was like, nah, it ain't about you me being a lawyer. It's about, I don't know what could happen. And where baby was trying to cover herself. Okay, she seen the game before it was coming, and she was like, no, it ain't gonna be me. I ain't gonna be left behind them driving this equation. And so basically, they end up arguing back and forth, and he's like, okay, whatever, I signed the papers. Are you happy now? And it was Christmas at that time too, and his phone kept going off, and she's like, yeah, is that V now? Like, put your phone on silent, and why she gotta call you over and over like that? So when he get up and walk away from her and answer the phone, like, yo, what the heck is your problem? Whatever, she takes that time, like, oh, well, this is a nice coat, I guess, that she got as a Christmas gift, but she like is a little too big. So she going to the store to return the coat. Why he up in the damn store with V, and she like basically at this point accusing V of being a thief. Mind you, V got her girl there with her too. She picking up stuff too, and she like, I'm not being no thief. She like, I came with him to go shopping. I picked up that coat for you. You don't like it? She like, at the end of the day, he does give me gifts or whatever the case may be, but I'm not in here because, wifey was like, you just charging up the damn credit card, getting stuff for you too or whatever, right? And so now we taking it up a notch where we not just trying to play nice nasty. We coming out directly and saying to his wife, like, I'm going to be the next Mrs. Sterling. And I said, girl, what? What? Like, why are we saying that you gonna be the Mrs. Sterling? How the hell did you come to that equation? Like, are you really having it in your mind that this man is about to leave his wife to get with you? At another point, she telling her friend, like, oh, one day I'm gonna own the damn be a part owner of the freaking Clippers. And even her friend was like, girl, no, that's not gonna happen. Like, we literally may get paid $85 dollars a damn day to be freaking cheerleaders. People think that it's glitz and glamour or whatever, but it's really not. We at the bottom of the token pole. Like, nobody is making you no damn part owner, girl. It was very much having me want to go, wake up, wake up, wake up. Like, what are we talking about, girl? Are you freaking kidding me? And even the fact that she was holding on to these tapes and debating, because she already threatened him about using the tapes one of the times. She telling the wife, oh, he loves me and he's gonna be with me. I'm gonna be the next Mrs. Sterling. And the wife is saying to him, she told her, you Dutch, and called her a witch and all of this. And she like, you just gonna sit there and let her speak to me like that? At first he's telling V like, oh, stop, and he's telling the wife, calm down, don't make a damn scene here, and she said for them to step out, and then she just puts down the jacket and leave. So now you done pissed her off, okay? You done poked the damn bear. So now the next thing she go ahead, right? Because it was even to the point where she go out with her friends and she's telling them about what she been doing, and she said, she been following the money. She already done put in an investigator. Now V is being propped up. He over here bringing her to the damn games. He's just really being out there and being real disrespectful. If we being honest, he is. And so that was one of the times where he was calling on the phone, talking just craziness that wasn't even making sense to Doc. And he like, how long does this stand? Does this go on with his talking? So we at the game, one of the games, they're actually doing better now. Doc is actually turning around all these different things that he's suggesting is actually working. So on this side of it is actually a plus. But we got V in the freaking front, just the carrying on, getting up, hopping up and down, dancing and all of that as they win it. And of course, we got Shelly looking like, why is this bitch here? Okay, why is she here? Why is she here? So she go ahead and tell Andy, like, nah, get rid of her. Next time, have her on the skybox. I don't want her on the damn floor with me. Like, at the end of the day, my name is down on that floor too, and I'm not going to be disrespected. And when she put up in the damn skybox, she over here complaining, how did I get down here? Up here. I don't deserve to be up here. You could barely see them. They look so tiny. And you got her and Shelly both giving each other the damn evil eyes. And then she over here trying to make herself seem like, oh, yeah, I'm behind, Donald. I work for him, and he has been receiving the, humanitarian award for the president. And she's showing the guy, and he like, did he make that himself? He put that ad out himself. And she was like, yeah, it's normal. That's what a lot of them do. And we got donations from this one, that one, and the other one. So in the mix of her thinking that she flexing, we basically have her get legal documents, and the guy's like, yikes. And she runs to the bathroom. Baby Shelly said, you sued, okay? See you in damn court, bitch. Yes, you have been ripping us off. I'm trying to sue you for $2 million because your ass been over here just getting everything that you think you deserve and need, and you really don't, okay? So you gonna get the hell up out of here one way or another way. I said, I know that's right, Shelly, right? So after the game, freaking Donald have the nerve to be just busting up in the freaking locker room. Right now, this picture's the second time that he comes with just Shelly, but the first time no, a matter of fact, I think he did come with Shelly the first time, right? Because at this point they done got rid of V, and they don't have her at the game. She's actually in the bathroom at this point, where she's trying to call him, but he not answering the damn phone. And Doc was annoyed. He cut it short, sweet, and to the point, like, thank you for stopping in. We appreciate you, but you could go ahead about your business. Hi again, Shelly. It was nice seeing you or whatever. But go ahead and get up out of here, because he be acting like these damn guys is like freaking, animals in the damn zoo for a showcase or whatever. Oh, how long are your arms, and how tall you stand, and this and that. It's just like, get out of here, okay? So he told Shelly, V dropped me off, and she like, oh no, don't worry about V. I already took care of her. So of course she crying like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So now this pisses her off, and then when she's trying to get back to the stadium, she of course is having a hard time getting back in. We done closed her out now. Now he's kind of trying to appease to his wife. So all we keep seeing him do is flip-flopping. 1 minute he trying to appease to V, give her something so she can shut up, and the next minute he trying to appease to the wife. Okay, cool. So basically, her birthday comes around or whatever, and I guess, he gonna say, it's her birthday, so let me go ahead again so I could shut her up. So he actually brings her back to the floor. She comes to the damn basketball game in this long green damn gown, twirling all the freak around. We want to make it all dramatic, make her the center of attention, like she's somebody important, whereas everybody really looking like, what the hell is she doing here in this damn gown? And why the hell do we give a hell? Okay, we not even gonna pay her no mind. We ain't gonna look her way. You know what I'm saying? Who gives a shit? So basically, of course, after the game, Donald is bringing her in the freaking locker room the same way, just busting up in there, and oh, hey, it's V, it's her birthday. Shelly calls pissed off, like, what the hell is she doing there? I said I didn't want her down there, and they like, well, it is her birthday, birthdays is only one day. Her friend actually was looking over the lawsuit and was like, girl, my stomach hurts after reading this. Okay. She said, have you ever got sued for anything like that? She's like, no, not no damn $2.5 million. She said, girl, you need to sit your behind down. You really poked the bear. She talking about I didn't do anything, but you did. You literally tried to run up on this lady and tell her she was dust and you was about to take her damn place. Okay. You knucked if you bucked and you got bucked the hell back. That's the bottom line. So basically, she was like, I didn't break no law and she can't do this to me or whatever. So now we want to see what we could possibly pull out of our pocket. Now, mind you, we going in stores and still in lingerie. When we in there, we putting some of the stuff in our bag. We got Chris Paul out and we got some boy telling him like, your team is trash. My dad said y'all don't know how to do a damn thing. Everything y'all do is horrible. So at this point, like I said, we got Doc bringing in, mental stability. Let's go ahead and get them type of trainings that Oprah says she got for her team and, help this team to get better. And he's trying to stay focused on that. And, we got Donald on the phone with him back and forth, and V comes in and interrupts him. And she over here supposedly giving back all the things that he bought for her. And then when he get home, his wife is throwing everything in the pool and she's saying how, I really loved you. Like, I've loved you since the first time I seen you. You was always the it guy. You was always the one that everybody wanted. And whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. And he telling her, I love you. I am and will always be your husband. You don't got to be jealous of nobody. Like, are you jealous of me? Because she like, you don't freaking, buy me no damn cars and have me sitting on your lap and rub your feet and all of that. So the next thing you know, he go ahead and get them massages. So again, we see the pattern. I'm gonna do something for V, then I'm gonna do something for the wife and vice versa, right? And so child, that's when they had showed up and it was her birthday and they want to show out. And Doc was in the supermarket and he runs into Elgin Bella where he's like, wow, it's good to see you and you look good. And he like, you ain't gotta lie, Greg, you ain't gotta lie, like I know I look like shit. And he was inviting him to come back, for a game or whatever. And he like, nah, I'm good. He said like nothing about being around Donald Sterling was good. And so later when Doc is talking to LeVar Burton about it, he's like, if I feel like it's a secret that everybody else knows that I don't know, like I'm thinking everything is good, but then somebody gonna come and tap me on my shoulder and say it's not. Now, because of the fact that, V at this point had got blocked out of the stadium again, and is this lawsuit, she now sends that tape to Andy, right? We gonna give the warning first. We ain't gonna put it all the way out with all the newspapers. And Andy running about to have a damn heart attack, and he get over here to let them know, like, yo, V sends me a tape. Is a little much you saying about African Americans and about Magic Johnson and the social media post that he put up. And his attitude is like, and so what? Who gives a damn? Like, that's all speculation and hearsay and whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. But Shelly know better. So Shelly like, you look like you tired and hot. Why don't you come in for a minute? You know what I'm saying? And I go ahead and give you a little cream to put on your damn dry red skin, okay? Some lemonade so that way she could get her hands on the tape. And at this point, she listened to it herself. She know it's going to be an issue. And she go ahead and look into getting a lawyer because we need to find out if this could cause any problems if she do put it out on Front Street, right? And then when V goes to talk to, I guess, a lawyer or representative to look into where this could go, she's like really thinking like, oh, well, I'm gonna put this out here and this is gonna get me to where I need to be, right? Like he can't just throw me away and I don't have nothing. I gotta still be able to have something and still come out on top and still have my come up. And I'm like, girl, because he's not really taking her serious. He don't think that these tapes mean anything or whatever. But I'm like, is it really your logic that you was going to be, like I said, a part owner? You was going to actually have some type of authority. You was going to become the next Donald Sterling, Mrs. Donald Sterling or whatever. And because you feel like you didn't get your way, you're going to go ahead and release this tape. It's not that you really think that, you're doing the right thing or you really want to expose everybody to how horrible this damn man was. is the really all about it being for your benefit, and you thinking that this was going to put you in another space that we was going to what be like, oh my God, V, thank you so much for exposing all this, girl, and you was going to climb to the top and have other people like want to take you in. Like, what was your logic? Because obviously if you was recording this man all this time and y'all supposedly was doing so good and he was buying you all these different gifts and you was recording him, why would anybody else that's in this field or anywhere want to be bothered with you ever again? Why would you think that that was going to give you some type of come up where that was going to elevate you to the next level is what I'm trying to understand. Because since this tape dropped, girl, okay, we have not heard from you or Donald damn Sterling, okay, which I'm very happy for. I don't need to be, hearing from him again. We know what his outcome is, and we never heard of you either, girl, no more. Like,
to this day,
where you at, girl? Where you at? I said, child, the logic that some people be having, she really thought she was doing something. Like, girl, no. You ain't do a damn thing but make a fool out of your freaking self. So nonetheless, basically we did have Miss Sterling go to the lawyer. She's saying he wasn't himself, which is definitely could have been a possibility. We don't know, but we know he was racist. That's what we do know. And she plays the recording, for him so he could hear it versus me trying to figure out what her, chances is and where she could go with this. Mind you, the whole time when he was saying all this racist ass shit and she's recording, her friend is in the background and she huffing and puffing and sucking her teeth and walking away. But I'm like, y'all still was around him. He over here telling V how, you this mixed race girl and you was having problems and that's where I found you. Yeah, you can associate with black people, but I'm not you and you not me. And, you're supposed to be a delicate white or a delicate Latina girl. And she like, no, I'm a mixed girl and you're in love with me. I'm black and Mexican, whether you like it or not. So why wouldn't I be around black people? You want me to hate black people? And he like, no, I don't want you to hate them. I just want you to not be all out in the damn open with them. Love them privately. And it's actually something that I believe he think make damn sense to him. Like, he really believe what he's saying. And she's like saying, I don't think you're racist. I think you have an amazing heart. I'm like, okay, girl, whatever. But she was like, you do have a damn poison mind. And he's saying that this is just a world. And he was like, blacks are treated like dogs. And she like, well, is that right? Isn't it our jobs to, say what's right and wrong and to stop things from happening? And he's talking about how we live in a culture. And she was like, but you should stand for what's wrong. And he was like, I don't want to be a damn change, okay? I just want the girl. And if girl ain't gonna do what I say, then I don't want the girl or whatever, right? And so obviously it wasn't gonna be no in between with him. And he was saying, don't come to my damn games with no black people, just don't. So at this point, she over here like, oh, I didn't want to make you upset. I wasn't trying to make you mad and woo. And he talking about something. I support them. I support them. I get them their food, their clothes, their cars, their houses. Who gives them all of that? Does somebody else give them all of that? It's me who gives them all of that. And, trying to basically praise himself. I make the games. Who makes the games? Do they make the games or do I make the games? Child said he had the right one because, baby, but that would have never been me anyway. And, she telling him, okay, I'm not going to bring black people to the stadium. You ain't got to worry about it, right? And he talking about some, see, wasn't it easy to say that? And she's like, it's easy for you to say that, and she said, I'm never going to, be prejudiced. That's like me being prejudiced against Jews. And he's telling her she a mental case. I said, well, if she a mental case, you a mental case too, baby. Y'all two damn peas in the freaking pod. And then he gonna say there's no comparing the Holocaust to racism. I mean, he's not alone. A lot of people feel that way, right? We know the game. And so basically, it was no way that he was gonna really understand where she was coming from, or she was gonna understand where he was coming from. So that was the bottom line to that. And when she went to see this attorney, he was basically like, girl, are you looking for blackmail? Because that's not what I do here. And she's talking about some, no, she not looking for blackmail. She just looking for was right, and that she don't want to be thrown out here in these streets, and this is something to cover herself. But at the end of the day, boo, you could put a different damn name on it, but it is what it is. Like, that's exactly what you're trying to do, is blackmail him. It's like, if you boot me out, if you don't make me what I think that I'm worth being, if you don't make sure that I'm going to be taken care of and that I'm going to get whatever money, from you from X amount of time, and I can't sit down in the stadium because, of course, she was embarrassed and mad when she got to that stadium, and they was like, oh no, we got to limit it. We can't really let everybody up. She's like a freaking bomb ready to explode. She could not control herself. She was very emotional, very much in her feelings. She overstepped when it came to his wife. And when the wife took charge and put her back in her damn place and gave her that little reminder, that was the only other thing she felt she could go to, is putting out these damn tapes. That, I just don't see it any other way. It was like, okay, but I don't know what you thought you were going to get out of it. I mean, maybe you felt good with him being banned. Maybe that was the outcome that you wanted, but you didn't get anywhere either as far as it being any type of personal gain to you. So maybe it was like, if I'ma lose, he gonna lose, we both gonna lose, right? Maybe that was her logic. So nonetheless, you know, we know with this lawyer, because he said he went through it. He was a successful lawyer. He was doing real good. He even wrote books and all of that. But then, he had his falling out, and he put in money with the president. He got in trouble and all of that, and now he was living in a pool house. And so at first, we saying we gonna be on top of it because he has this personal experience with it, right? And he said to them, like, V is not gonna negotiate because she knows what she wants, and TMZ is not gonna negotiate either, right? And so, because at this point we know that she's giving it to TMZ, we know what the next steps are, and you know, he's actually saying that maybe Shelly should go and do this like interview, and we should try to get ahead of it as best as we can, and then we have Doc, get notified that they got a call from TMZ, and they about to expose this tape or whatever, and they want us to give a comment. And he's like, well, like, what the hell do you want from me or whatever, and basically they're like, we need to make, and Doc at first is like, it's always a tabloid story, like, I don't have time, and they like, no, you need to make time, like, we're all gonna get a copy if you want to see it. It's about to be like a big thing, and we got to be prepared for PR purposes. And so Doc is busy worried about going with the team and going to play the damn game. He ain't worried about what's going on with Donald and this tabloid story and all of that, right? And so he's like, you know, all right, now, we're going to go ahead about our business and do what we got to do for this game. And they say, have a good trip and all that. And he lets the players know that the TMZ is about to come out about the idiot owner and his dumb girlfriend or whatever. And he's like, oh, it's not going to be a big deal. We'll never speak of it again. This is what they're thinking, right? But of course, we know that that's not it at all. So now we're over here and we're trying to prepare for the game, and we're talking about the therapies we're doing, and how we're changing things, and how we're coming to be a better team, and it's going to be great in the payoffs and all of this kind of stuff, right? Game 3, right? And so we go ahead, we play the game, we doing what we got to do, the crowds is cheering and everything like that, right? And basically, all of a sudden we start just like, on the way back, we feeling good. We did what we had to do. We went in the game. It's a good vibe. We celebrating, and we feeling like we the best thing since damn, cooked rice or whatever the case may be. And excuse me, yeah, I'm sorry. Donald comes in and sees them and telling them how good they are, and they singing like, oh, they need some to get their rest now and get some sleep, right? And Donald just feeling like everything is great, And so we had I'm sorry, I lost my damn train of thought. We had Donald come and see them and everything. Everybody's thinking everything is good, right? And we have V sitting there. She looking through a damn box and she got a smile on her face and taking out these skates and skating or whatever because she know that this story about the drop. So she's actually feeling good about herself. But I'm like, are you thinking that you're going to keep this house that he bought? Like, are you thinking, like, I'm trying to really understand the frame of mind of where's the win at, girl? Where's the win that you think you're getting? That's what I want to understand. But that was basically the episode, y'all. Put it in the comments. Tell me what y'all thought about these first 2 episodes. What you liked, what you didn't like, all that good stuff. Give me a wave. Let me know you came by. Put some flames up in the sky. Like, comment, share, subscribe if you were so inclined. Till next time, y'all. Okay. Toodaloo.